Hey guys, I am going to show you some cards. So while my mom was here, I had a little bit of crafty time, but I had already prepped these cards before she even came, and she wanted to see me crafting. So yeah, and I'm going to show you, instead of breaking these up into multiple videos, I don't know, let me see how many there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, maybe I'll do 2 videos. But anyway, okay, let's start. And I used a lot of scraps, and I used one little kit that had, it was a really small little kit. It had some of these kind of sentiment things on them, and yeah, I can't really tell you the paper collections because a lot of times I just use whatever scraps I can find that kind of match whatever it is I'm doing. So this, as you can see, says tea time, and it had some peach and yellow in the flowers, so that's what I went with. And I have this pretty yellow lace. I have a Zutter bow it all, and that's what I use to make my bows. And, you know, if you've been watching me any amount of time at all, you know I love to do the flower clusters. So some of these cards on the inside, yeah. Okay, so I used some paper that I had used on the outside. So I just used my scraps to do that. And it's not really a big deal. It just kind of ties it in and makes it not completely blank. So that's card number 1. Here is card number 2. And again, this sentiment area, thankful for every moment, was part of that little collection. And then I just found papers that match. These were some flowers I had made with Heartfelt Creations dies and stamps. And I just did layering. I'm going to tell you, I had somebody that emailed me, not emailed me, maybe commented a couple of days ago and said how much they appreciated seeing my cards, and they know that, you know, I show my cards to sell them, but they'd really love to see more videos on as I'm crafting. So I'm gonna actually take that person's request, and I'm going to do that on my next batch of cards. So this one, I love these wood words so much. They are so perfect for cards. So this was from that little paper collection I had. It has the little bird on it. And I just used the word faith, some more flowers I had created. And there's such a multitude of colors in this little wreath where the bird is, that's kind of how I just tied in the color. So this one has that inside. All right, this one's pretty monochromatic. And if you're new to crafting, I'm sorry, I thought I had gotten all the glue strings, but apparently I did not. So if you're new to crafting, monochromatic just means whatever project you're working on is all of similar colors. So that's what monochromatic means. Again, the wood word, I just love it. Thankful, the sweet little bird, and a really easy little flower cluster. I had these 2 flowers already had purchased, and I just used some little die cut leaves. And then these are leaves I cut off of just some flowers I bought at the craft store. So a little bit of lace poking out. I like the layering. I like to do a lot of layering. And this is my crinkled seam binding bow. And that's card number 4. I'm kind of picking and choosing. So we'll go with this yellow one. Oh, let's look inside this one. We don't look inside. Okay, so I just had that one little strip. And yeah, I just like tying something in if I have paper that works with it. So this one had this little sentiment, today is a good day to have a good day. And of course it had the yellow flowers there, so I tied it in. And these are 2 flowers I made also. And then I had these little leaf die cuts, layering of the lace, and then the 2 little heart buttons there. And that's the inside. So if you're wondering, I do sell these in my store. I can sell them to you if you just message me if you're interested in any, or a collection of. But I sell these in my my storefront, and I sell them with a 6x9 envelope, and that way the bulk and everything fills up that larger envelope, and yeah, that's how I do it. All right, I really like this one. This is a very pale sentiment. It says, how sweet it is to be loved by you. And I had this random piece of wood. I had a whole bunch, but I didn't realize some of them had fallen on the floor, and my little doggy decided to eat them. So this is the one that was salvaged. And so I put it here. I have a little heart, I don't know what you'd call this, flat back cabochon. These two buttons are just from a random paper collection. I cut them out, and there's some pretty lace down here, a bow and a flower. I didn't need to add a big flower cluster because there's this beautiful flowers on the paper itself. And that is what's on the inside. All right, how many are we up to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, let's do 2 more. All right. This one says, Sparrow Hill Spring. Welcome here. I guess this isn't really meant to be specifically for anything, just like an all occasion card. But I enjoyed with the flower cluster here, and the leaf die cuts, and some little berry sprays, and some plastic leaves, and just a bow. I mean, obviously some lace, and just a lot of layering. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 layers on this card. And I love how it looks. This one has nothing inside. That means I had none of these papers left. So that one is very plain on the inside. All right. And then we have this one. And on this one, I have this word gather. It's a little thicker than I normally would like to put on a card. But I don't know. I thought it was nice. I wanted to use it because the bird flying into the nest with the eggs, the bird's going to sit on the eggs. They're gathering, you know, I don't know. I just really liked it. I had these beautiful layered flowers in my stash in this blue color that matched perfectly with those robin's egg blue. And yeah, I really like how that one turned out. And that one's like that on the inside. All right. We've got this one, which has kind of got the red and the yellows. So I tied in the yellow bow, little flower, the addition of the leaf die cuts, and then a couple of plastic leaves. But this whole large, I wouldn't call it the sentiment. This is like a ephemera with the books and the clock and the vases. That draws your main focus. So when you have that much on the paper, you don't need to embellish as much with the other things. So I used the word trust here, and then just, you know, the bow, and then the layering. On this one, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers. And that one's got like that inside. All right, one more, and then we will look at the other ones. Let's go with this one. So this little paper collection I had a lot of bird kind of stuff in it. And this one says, happiness is homemade. And these are paper flowers I made, and then I added the little fabric flower center. We've got the die cut leaves, this pretty pom-pom trim here at the bottom, and then the seam binding bow, and then the bow cabochon. Nothing inside that one. All right, that is my my collection of cards. I'll have another video up real soon with the rest of them. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you'll stay tuned to the channel so that you can actually craft with me as I honor this person's request to have you guys along as I do my different layering and kind of what I'm thinking as I go along. All right, have a happy scrappy day. Bye guys.